Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to go through why Paraguay is the best place to base. I've been living in Latin America for almost 2 years, so I've been to a fair few countries by now, and so far, I would say that Paraguay Asuncion is my favorite place to base and live. This video, I'm going to go through why that is. So the first thing, in terms of the quality of life here, it's honestly really, really good, guys. With the weather, winter basically doesn't exist. It's pretty hot here, which I prefer. Anywhere between 25 to 35 is, where it's at. With the food, it's very, very cheap here, guys. Steak is a massive thing. So if you're a steak lover, you will love it here. Me and my brother went to this restaurant, in the bottom left photo, to a pretty fancy restaurant, honestly, and we got a massive tomahawk steak for $25 US. Obviously, you can get steaks a lot cheaper than that, around 10 to 15. But yeah, if you want to eat steak every day, you can. It's fucking awesome. The next thing is it's pretty safe here, guys. Out of all the countries I've been to so far and all the cities, I would say I feel the most safe here. Still don't be an idiot, but yeah, generally speaking, it is pretty safe. It's also very clean and green here. If you look at the photo top right, it's just so much tree, so much nature, which is kind of weird when you're like right in the city, but it is a small city, and it is quite clean as well. Also, another thing to mention, the air quality. Me and my brother felt it straight away coming from Panama to Asuncion. We could just breathe better. So yeah, that's another thing to note. The other thing I would say, guys, is the supermarkets here and the gyms are really, really good. My experience with other cities at gyms and supermarkets, they've honestly been really bad in other countries. It's very hard to get both being good. So it's one thing I'd note here in Asuncion, the supermarkets are great and the gyms are really, really good. The next thing, guys, I'll go into is the cost and just the convenience here. As I said before, super cheap to live, whether it's the food, Ubers, restaurants. Another thing I'll add is the clothing, electronics. I'm in Buenos Aires, Argentina at the moment, and yeah, getting those things are a bit more expensive. I tried to get some supplements and on Mercado Libre, and yeah, same goes. You won't have that problem here in Asuncion. Everything's pretty cheap in terms of everything. The next thing, guys, is very convenient. It's easy to get around. In terms of a place where I want to base, I don't really want to base in a big city that's kind of crazy and too big. I'd prefer to be somewhere small that's easier to get around, and that's what Asuncion is. Everything's close by. You can order online your food through Rappi or Pedido Ya if you want. You can even get your like groceries and whatnot delivered to the house. There's two big shopping malls like literally right next to each other, which is kind of weird, but if you're around that area, you literally have everything you need, which is good. And yeah, in all honesty, guys, it's a small place. There's not much to do, but you can obviously focus on work because there's less distractions. So in terms of a base and living there, I think that's a better thing. The other thing I'll note is they have these little delis called biggies in Mexico. I think they have something similar called Oxos from memory. But yeah, these biggies are really good. They're super convenient. They have everything you need. They even have like fruit and veg and like meat as well from like a butcher. So yeah, like they're open pretty late as well. So whenever you need something, it's pretty convenient to go just there instead of the supermarket. The next thing, guys, is in terms of the community and the opportunities here, it's honestly really good. The people are genuinely the nicest people I've met. I've been to a fair few countries now, and I would honestly put the Paraguayans at the top. I will note though, they don't really speak English here, guys. So, try your best to learn Spanish if you haven't already. The women here, guys, are honestly really great. They're super, super attractive, and overall just good vibes, feminine. And yeah, if you won't struggle finding a girl here, to be honest with you, they're all pretty good. residency options. So guys, there is a residency option here if you don't know already. It's pretty cheap and you're able to get, you know, tax free with it as well. There's not that many options as good as this in the world, and it just so happens to be in Paraguay, which is actually a pretty good place to base. So that just makes it even 10 times better. There's a lot of other like-minded entrepreneurs based in here as well, guys, because a lot of them are getting this residency for obvious reasons, whether that means they wanted to, you know, want a backup plan for what happened after 2020, or they want the tax-free option for their business. They're all on the same page as, you know, as me, which I prefer. The next thing, guys, is that you won't see just random tourists running around here. It will only be guys like what I just mentioned, apart from obviously locals or maybe Latinos from nearby countries, which I prefer. I prefer to be around people that are like-minded, and if I'm going to base somewhere and live somewhere, I don't want to be, you know, running into crazy tourist spots or anything like that. So I would say that's definitely a pro. But apart from that, guys, that would wrap up the video. Overall, really great place. I recommend it. Yeah, a little boring, but if it's your base and you want to focus on work, I think it's perfect, honestly. But yeah, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, guys. But apart from that, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.